Well, here we are again. It's been an exciting few weeks for the Premier League in the spooky month of October that was only slightly ruined by the international break in the middle of it. The last 3 games in the league has seen some unsung heroes stand out, and as expected, some fantastic goals were also scored. After starting my second year of university last month, I was unable to make my Players of the Month video for September, so I'll just quickly mention now that my top 5 players for September were Wolves Matt Doherty in 5th, Joe Gomez in 4th, Raheem Sterling in 3rd, Alexander Lacazette in 2nd, and Eden Hazard closed off the list with him finishing as my Player of the Month for September. As expected, I can't find a place for everyone in this list, so here's a quick October honourable mention to some players like Bournemouth's Callum Wilson and Brighton's Glenn Murray and Shane Duffy. With everything all said and done, here are my official top 5 Premier League players for the month of October. Enjoy. Number 5, Matt Ryan. It's taken a while, but there's finally a goalkeeper included on this series, if this even counts as a series yet. I'll admit I was pretty undecided when it came to the number 5 position. The Seagulls had the best form out of every team in the entire league across October, so it was pretty difficult choosing who from Brighton deserved this spot in the list. While Murray's goals did win 6 crucial points for the Seagulls, and Duffy was excellent in the heart of defence, I instead opted for the man between the posts, Matt Ryan. The Australian goalkeeper played an integral role for the South England side across October and also secured back-to-back clean sheets against West Ham, Newcastle and Wolves respectively. While it's easy to forget what type of influence a goalkeeper can have, the 26-year-old's performances in October were crucial in helping Brighton secure a maximum 9 points out of 9. Against Newcastle and Wolves in particular, Brighton would have definitely failed to secure the win in either game had it not been for Ryan. His save from Shelby's free kick from the game against the Magpies and his ridiculous stop at the death versus Wolves are just 2 easy examples of the fantastic saves Ryan has made to save his side. Number 4, Anthony Martial. Sitting just under the top 3 is Manchester United's forward Anthony Martial. The Frenchman had a pretty poor start to the season for the Red Devils, but was easily the club's best player in October. In his defence, it's not like United have had the greatest start to the Premier League season either. The 22-year-old was able to score 4 goals in the 3 games he featured in October. His first of the season against Newcastle was a much-needed equaliser, his double versus Chelsea helped United earn an important point, and his most recent versus Everton brought the game to 2-0, which proved to be enough for the club to earn all 3 points. Martial clearly has the talent to succeed at Manchester United, but for some reason it just hasn't gone that well for him. With his contract with the Red Devils due to expire at the end of the season, with no indication yet whether or not he'll resign with the club, the remainder of the season will be pretty interesting for the French international. Should the 22-year-old decide to leave the prestigious club, it will be important for Martial to build on his performances from October in order to attract the attention of some of the top clubs from around the world. The likes of Real Madrid or maybe even Paris Saint-Germain could be interested in securing the player's signature. Number 3, Aymeric Laporte. It's always difficult reaching a definitive conclusion when it comes to debating which player is better, or in this case, who the better player is in a certain position. When it comes to the centre-back position, I have no doubt in my mind that Aymeric Laporte is a leading contender for the best defender in the Premier League, not to mention an easy contender for making the team of the season come May. And he was outstanding for Manchester City throughout the month of October. The defender has been incredible ever since he joined the defending league champions back in January, and he did not concede a single goal throughout October despite coming up against difficult opponents in Liverpool and Tottenham, respectively. Extending on this, it's worth mentioning that in both big games the 24-year-old featured in, he was a contender for the Man of the Match award. Despite the former having arguably the best attack in the league, Laporte was a constant presence against Liverpool's high press and kept their star attackers quiet for pretty much the entire game. Also, I thought Laporte did very well against Spurs, and his partnership along John Stones is slowly but surely becoming the best defensive partnership in the Premier League. Coming just short of the number 1 spot, I have Ross Barkley in number 2. I already know a lot of people would disagree with me, but for me Ross Barkley just wasn't able to do enough, so to speak, to snatch the top spot for the Player of the Month accolade. However, that shouldn't take away from the outstanding month that he's had for Chelsea. The Englishman hasn't exactly had the best of times in these past few years, but you could argue that his inconsistent game time under new manager Maurizio Sarri so far has actually helped him to an extent. After his consistent quality performances for the Blues throughout this past month, it's fair to say that Barkley has fully deserved the right to start more games for Chelsea in the foreseeable future in the first team. Across the month, the 24-year-old was able to score a goal a game versus Southampton, Manchester United and Burnley, and was also able to provide a further 3 assists to his tally in these 3 fixtures too. To do some simple math for you, the Englishman made 6 goal contributions throughout the month of October, averaging out a goal contribution every 32 minutes for the Blues. Out of the 3 games he featured in, his performance versus Burnley was easily the best of the lot. His perfectly weighted ball to Alvaro Morata allowed the Spaniard to score the opener, Barkley's long-range strike added a second goal for the Blues, and the midfielder assisted yet another goal before collecting the Man of the Match award at the very end. After a great month of football, now is the time for Barkley to build on this and cement his position in the Chelsea lineup. And last but not least, my vote for October's Player of the Month is none other than Arsenal's forward Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Choosing between the aforementioned Barkley and Arsenal's key forward was a pretty difficult decision to make. Although I know some will disagree with me simply because I'm an Arsenal fan, but I would say that Aubameyang just edges it. The Gabonese forward has been in outstanding form for the London club ever since he joined from Borussia Dortmund, and the past month may have been his best form yet. In his 3 games for the club in October, Aubameyang scored 5 goals and also produced a further assist, averaging a goal contribution every 22.5 minutes, which is around 10 or so minutes less than Barkley did. Despite being arguably one of the best strikers in the world, Aubameyang has usually been wasted under Unai Emery, where he has typically been deployed as a left winger. Personally, I think playing the 29-year-old in such a position is a big waste of his ability, and Emery needs to find a solution or formation to play both Lacazette and the aforementioned forward in the same side without playing one out of position. Firstly, his 2 goals and assist after being brought on as a substitute helped the Gunners embarrass Fulham's lacklustre defence and improve their goal difference in the league table. Also, his 2 goals versus Leicester were enough for the North London side to win the fixture. Finally, his most recent goal against Crystal Palace was enough for the club to extend their unbeaten streak. After his outstanding month, it's not exactly surprising that he's leading the way in the top scorers league table either. Considering Aubameyang's form in big games hasn't exactly been good for Arsenal so far, it'll be interesting to see if he can retain his spot in next month's list, especially considering there's a crucial clash versus Liverpool looming at the weekend. Well, there you have it. There is my official top 5 list for the month of October. Before concluding the video, I'm just showing you now a quick little table that I made summarising every player that is featured thus far, although as you can tell this design didn't exactly take me forever to make. While it still looks pretty plain right now, it'll certainly be pretty interesting to see how the table continues to evolve as each month passes. 3 in the league have already passed and there are still 7 more to go. But anyways, to every single person that has watched this video, I'd just like to say thank you for stopping by. Maybe check out another random video that I decided to pull together and upload. But most importantly, I hope you have a great day. And once again, thanks for stopping by.